Hey, this is Derek Perez with Think Ad Group. We are Brewin Solutions with the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew!
That's right!
Car guys and car gals, welcome back to a cup of coffee and a conversation with a couple of guys that really are brewing solutions for the market today.
Yes, they are.
I am so excited to get me a fresh brew with Derek and Justin from the Think Ad Group.
Think about it, boy.
They know how to bring a customer to you and make sure that you are making connections during the calamity, or making sure that you find a way to upshift and uplift your particular game today.
No doubt.
Fred, I'm excited to get this fresh news. Are you excited to get this fresh news?
I totally am. You know, doing the 5-liner was a lot of fun. I got to know these guys a little bit more, ask them where they came from, what they did before. You know, what their whole purpose is. You know, it's kind of like a job interview in a way. I love it. You know, if I was to hire people right now, I definitely would hire these two. They're really amazing. We're all at the same level. I had a great time. It went on for a little bit. It was great. We had great questions that were answered. Those answered questions actually turned into solutions for people.
You need to go back and listen to that episode.
Oh, no doubt. You know,
guys got to go get that episode.
It's a lot of great nuggets. I say that word. A lot of great nuggets in that they can help you if you're a person who's trying to start your own business, somebody who's scared to take a chance. If you hear what they're saying, like they said, no matter how bad it becomes, the 2008, collapse of the economy, or, getting let go at a job that you were at for a few years that you committed to, when those things happen, there's still room for something great to happen, as long as you can see that.
Being consistent inside of calamity.
There it is.
Go check that out. Go check that out, car guys and car gals.
So we're gonna get to this fresh news. The fresh news is a lot of fun. We get to let them talk about their company and what they're trying to do currently. They have a lot of great stuff going on. The first time we did this, I went with Derek every time first. So I'm gonna let Justin have an opportunity to go first. Justin, tell us what you're doing currently in the market to try to make things a little bit better for everybody.
You got to be the trumpet guy.
Yeah, the trumpet guy. So what we did, we realized, a couple of months ago during what was going on in the country with the virus that we needed to change some things up. And primarily our bread and butter has been voicemail campaigns. We specialize in voicemail marketing for the auto industry. And it kills. We do it differently. We do it better than everybody else. But we realized that maybe we needed to come up with something a little different for this crisis that the country is going through. So Derek develops everything. I just bang out 100 phone calls a day. So he's the mastermind behind all the cool stuff, and I sell it. But he came up with an idea. He said, hey, listen, we do text message marketing already. We text sales and service databases already. Why don't we embed a video from the owner, the dealer principal, the general manager, whoever, and get a text message out? Because first of all, text message marketing is the way to go. Everybody loves it. It's how people want to communicate. Why aren't we taking advantage of it? Videos, huge. Right, videos are huge. Everybody loves videos on social media. Who wouldn't watch the video from the owner of a company they just bought a car from? Everybody's going to watch it. It's 100% open rate. I mean, everybody's going to open it. So he designed really cool software that delivers a video text message. Not only does it deliver it, but then it creates a lead submission too. So there's a little chat bot in there. You click the link, you watch the video, and you could submit a lead to the dealership. Do you want to have your car serviced? Are you interested in a new vehicle? Wow. Do you want to sell your car for cash because we need them?
That's awesome.
And it all generates a lead. The lead goes back to the people at the BDC or the managers, whoever you want it to go to. And our dealerships are using it and killing it with it. Even the ones that don't have sales or can only sell remotely, they're killing it for service. They're scheduling a half dozen to a dozen service appointments a day from it.
Well,
so,
I can tell you, a lot of dealers depend on service to make their money, to make
absolutely,
and if they can keep that going, then that's probably a lot of their business anyway. So that's really cool that you guys are able to do that. That's neat. That hits like every department for them. It's like, boom, here, one stop shop, send this video out for you. So to touch on that, Derek, I know that, you designed it, you came up with this idea. What made you say, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go from this to this. What was it? What drove you to that?
Yeah. So obviously with what's going on right now, we that's the biggest thing, but we wanted to figure out a way how we could actually get the message out for these dealers. Cause there's so many of them, like you guys are saying, they're either only doing service, they're only doing sales, or maybe they're only doing remote sales. Maybe they're going out and picking up cars for service. How do they let people know this? How do they let them know quickly? And what I sat there and thought about was, videos are more likely to be looked at. I go around online all the time looking at videos. I look at your videos all the time. I look at your guys' videos all the time. Yeah, I see it. You see the play button, boom, you hit it. And like Justin said, they're more likely to be opened. It's about 100% open rate. Somebody's going to get a text message and they're going to see a video link to it. They're going to open it up. So I felt like when we did that, it was an easy way to get the general manager or the owner of the store, the general manager, general sales manager, and get them on video to explain exactly what's going on with the dealership, So they're able to get on there and say, hey, I want to let you guys know during this, the crisis that's going on, our sales department's open. We're able to sell you cars safely. We're able to do this. We can service your vehicle. We'll pick your vehicle up for you. Anything that they wanted to do, we were able to embed that in video, and which made it really, really, really nice. And send that out to everybody in the database, because those are the people that really need to know. The people that bought your current customers. What are you doing now? How do I do business with you? And we were able to let all of them know that.
Those people know people. Those people are connected to other people.
Sure.
And that's what keeps commerce consistent. You know what I mean? Is people knowing who you are, how to get a hold of you, and what you got for them, right? And the entire way of advertisement has been changed dramatically, not just with Corona.
And it's going to keep going like this
coming up to Corona, and going forward, it's going to be a completely new way to connect. And that is what we spoke about inside of the last part inside of the 5-liner, how important the connection is, making a connection to people. And if you can connect to them, then you can get at least the opportunity to put your product or your process or your solution in front of them for the option for them to say yes or no to it. And it's important that you make those connections. People spend so much money on television to try to get you to watch a commercial. Well, the majority of everybody has a way to bypass that right now. Many people do not hear the radio commercial either, because they don't listen to the radio. They're listening to their podcast, most likely Car Guy Coffee podcast. Or they are listening to a pre-recorded playlist. They're not getting hit by the same way that advertisement used to hit people, and they would grab it. The newspaper, all of that has changed up. And these solutionaries that we have here right now are showing you that there is a fresh new way to brew. Okay. Things were going good before the Keurig came along, but you know what? I've been brewing with Keurig pretty much ever since. You know what I mean? And these guys are finding a way to connect like a Keurig and getting you the brew that you need to stay consistent, stay upshifted and uplifted inside of your business. Guys, our commodity is car guy, right? We're salespeople. We're cars, from cars to coffee. Great big commodities and everything in between that can be applied to everybody that is selling anything. These guys are geniuses that know how to connect, and that's what's important for us.
Digital marketing and doing things like this is another commodity these days. I mean, it's becoming I honestly see a transfer in power in the world right now. You're starting to see where it was like oil and all that stuff. Now you're starting to see like technologies becoming the powerhouses.
Oh, it is.
And from everything from shopping at home, everything. It's unbelievable what it's becoming. Zoom, I mean, their stock went bananas when this happened, which we're currently on right now,
Yeah.
Derek, tell them about what you're thinking up now with the mail.
What's coming up, man? I'm excited. Let's go.
This is on the down low, but won't be for long, I guess.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Well, it'll be. It won't. You got time. The show's a couple weeks away. So long as you drop it before then, we're good.
So we naturally we know that things are obviously going to change, right? Things are going to change. I live out here in the Bay Area, and we've had grocery store delivery for 4 or 5 years. You know, it's been out here. In some parts of the country, they didn't have delivery, or people weren't interested in getting groceries delivered. And I think now, through all this, people now are more aware of it and like, man, I'm not going to go to the grocery store. So at the end of this, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to expect to do a lot of retail purchases hanging out at home, right? Naturally, it's going to go into it. And some dealerships do better than others. Some people have been on top of this with offering services like this even prior to this happening. And I think it's going to be a big opportunity for dealerships to jump on top of this. Absolutely. And there's going to have to be tools out there, and there's going to have to be solutions for them to do this that are just kind of real easy. So we are brewing up some solutions that are really cool. And one thing we're working on right now is we know that dealerships get a lot of traffic to their website, more than typically that are going to walk through the showroom floor any time of the day, right? No doubt. Thousands. Right. And I think about on average, you get about 8,000 to 10,000 visitors to a dealership's website per month, about 8,000 to 10,000. Well, what happens is a lot of these people pop on and only maybe about 1.5%, 2% are converting. National average, I say like 2.5% of the people will kind of convert, initiate like a lead or something like that, which I don't even know if it's that much. Some people might have that much.
You definitely know what you're talking about, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of the cool things, technologies that are available now is like this pixel technology, wherever you can actually identify people that come onto the websites, right? So what's more important than seeing somebody that comes onto a website, be able to identify who that person is, right? Capture their information, capture what they were looking at on the website, what VDPs, what vehicles they went and looked at, and then being able to email them after they leave the website. Send them a nice little email. Hey, thanks a lot for, stopping our ABC dealership. We appreciate you. These are some of the offers we got. But one of the things we're doing, and by no means did we create this technology, we're utilizing technologies out there, but we always look at things that make them better. So we wanted to do something where, hey, they come onto your dealership's website. We're going to capture the information. We're going to shoot some emails out, do it all in a very natural way. Not where it's freaky and they're freaked out, like, how do they get my info? Very naturally, but also implement some old school direct mail into it, because I kind of feel like
it's time.
The more channels and extensions you get. So somebody comes onto the website, they look around, they get an email the next day, 2 days later, they get a mail piece in the mail without ever doing anything. Dealership's not doing anything for it.
Of the VDP that they looked at, of the car that they looked at.
And doing some variable VDPs and some variable images and things like that. They're coming on the piece.
That's like going on Facebook and all of a sudden there's an ad on there for that type of shirt you were looking for. You're like, whoa.
What you are talking about is some serious ninja marketing stuff.
Ninja stuff. And there's more than that.
I barely even want to speak so much about it because of how big it is.
I'm a fan already.
And what it is that you have the ability to do. And folks, it's not just that these tools are available.
It's a commodity.
But it's who it is that is working these tools. And it's Michael Jordan had the same basketball every other player had. You know what I mean? What he did with it was a completely different thing for all of us. So the having access to your pixel, knowing how to use that, knowing how to put together ad campaigns, that is some ninja stuff that is the way of the future. That if you're still trying to entertain, debating whether you need to go into the future in your approach to advertisement, folks, you're going to be left behind. You need to listen to people that know how to utilize this right now, because it is key. This is some stuff you'll hear us talking about later on. I already know we're going to be talking a whole lot more about this going forward. But folks, there's so much information that you need to be aware of. And it is like almost completely relearning your whole approach to connectivity with people. Remember, a message has to get from the owner to the person purchasing, right? Yep. Owner to the buyer, one way or another. Yep. And not everybody gets to meet the owner. For crying out loud, the salespeople right now aren't even shaking hands to the person in front of them, okay? So that connection is getting changed, and it's all showing up inside of your hand. and they're putting a video, they're doing other things to make sure that that owner is connecting to that buyer.
Sweet, man.
And this is the way of the future. Connecting, making new connections is the way of the future. Car guys and car gals, this has been a great brew for Fresh News.
That was good stuff, man.
This Think Ad Group. Man, you're getting me thinking.
Before we go to the next section, I want to talk about, like, how can they get a hold of you? I know you guys have a website, you have a phone number. What's the best way to reach you right now?
The best way to reach us is, you can go onto our website, very easy, thinkadgroup.com. You can go on there, connect with us that way. Justin always is posting his personal number up. He'll just talk to anybody. You can call Justin anytime.
Absolutely.
And whether you need to get motivated,
all over LinkedIn, people. Check him out.
He is all over LinkedIn. But you can reach out to us on LinkedIn at Think Ad Group. Follow us. We're always posting great content. And it's not always all about selling for us. We're reaching out and posting a lot of positive things as well.
Oh, man.
But we're real easy to get a hold of. And we'll pick up the phone. We're not going to channel you guys to a bunch of different things. You call Justin, he's an answer. You call me, I'm going to pick the phone up and answer. So
that's the way to be.
Always time for everybody.
Absolutely. ABC always be closing, always trying to help.
Connecting.
I'm not going to name drop. Not going to name drop, but I'm going to. Rudy Treminio, El Patron. I know that you guys had a nice little video spot with him where he gave you guys a lot of thanks, and I know that trust me, I know that guy, and I know that after this is all said and done, that's the kind of relationships you're talking about. Like, that's what you're doing right now currently, and you're building this and you're helping people, and they won't forget that. And trust me, and he's one of those guys still going. He ain't stopping. He's still growing.
Yeah.
So that's that was great that you guys did that for him. I know that he honored that by, he did a little post for you guys. Y'all posted that too. It was great. I loved it. I was like, man, that's awesome. And that's just one person, guys. I just naming one that they're helping out. Yeah. So, and he's up there in the New York area.
That's right.
New York.
The woods. That's
right. By the time you hear this, you would have heard him already if you listen to our stuff. We actually just interviewed him too, and that was a lot of fun. But no, great stuff. What you're doing is so innovative. You are Brewing Solutions. I love that your mentality. It's more than a car guy mentality. It's a servant mentality. You're trying to serve people. You're trying to help people. You're trying to, make it better for everybody, So like I said, you're going to get that back tenfold, whether you want it or not. It's going to come back to you in the right way.
Yeah.
It's coming. You're definitely going to be getting a great harvest of what it is that you're sowing.
No doubt.
So sow it, grow it, know it. Car guys, car gals, this has been a great episode of some fresh news where you have learned that it is so important. And if you haven't learned anything, my goodness, rewind it. Listen to this again.
You are listening.
It's important to make that connection. You got to make that connection. The Think Ad Group is finding a way to make a connection to the very fundamentals. If you are a transportation problem solver, car buying coach, salesperson, anything as far as moving the commodity that is a car, just like when I'm watching my guys, I want to know how many connections you had with somebody that is trying to purchase a vehicle or needs a solution to their transportation problem. At the very fundamental of the day, you may not have actually produced the selling of the product, but you did make 10 connections, and that's what it takes to at least do one car a day.
Right.
So these individuals here are making sure that you are getting your message connected to people and you are starting that conversation. So put that inside of your cup, sip on it.
That's right.
Enjoy this. We'll be right back on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew.
Nice. East. Coffee is for closers.